Well, I'm Greg Bachman, and this is my wife Desirae, and our daughters Emersyn and Madelyn. Emerson's 2 years old, and Madelyn is 8 months right now. And I work at Underwood High School, and I teach high school math there.
I am a stay-at-home mom and take care of Emersyn and Madelyn.
It was honestly only a fever, and the day that we took her in, she had a fever that kind of spiked up to 105. It was at that time right around graduation at Underwood. So we were going to some of the open houses with some of my students we had, and she was running around playing, and she had been playing completely fine the weeks leading up to it when she probably did have leukemia cells in her body. That morning was the last day of school for the semester for me. I just went there and just like a typical day, and then by the end of the day we were being admitted in the hospital for a few weeks. So Emersyn was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which is ALL is what it's kind of shorthand for, and she was diagnosed in May of 2013.
When we found out she was diagnosed, I was 12 weeks pregnant, and so I couldn't leave my job right away, and so that really wasn't an option. So both of our parents really dropped everything to watch the girls or watch Emersyn until I had Madelyn and was on maternity leave.
I personally learned a lot about how to treat people during that time, just because I think all of us tend to just get wrapped up in our own lives every once in a while and just really think about ourselves and the struggles that we go through. But the fact that the first night we were there, we called one of our friends, and they were out on a night, just the two of them, and they had a sitter for their kids, and they stopped their night and went to our house and got some clothes for us to stay the night with and stuff. And so, I mean, just seeing people do that for us has really kind of changed the way that I think about how I treat other people, and this, when other people are in need too, that we can drop our things to help them out as well.
That was really tough, but we have an amazing community that jumped to our aid immediately, and we had friends that brought us clothes to the hospital. The Underwood community jumped behind us, and people were bringing us meals in the hospital and bringing us gift cards and helping mow our lawn and just do stuff like that so that we could really focus on Emersyn and just getting better. And we just did what we had to do, and we made it a point from the very beginning that we would not let this diagnosis define us, but we would allow it to strengthen us, and we would learn from it and grow. Because we chose that early, I think it made it easier to kind of work through it. Emersyn has been in remission since June last year, so during that 28-day intensification session, it really knocked out all of the leukemia. And now, because leukemia can just really hide in like little tiny spots in your body, then they have to do 2.5 years of treatment after that. And so her chance of success is 95%. Everything has been in her favor when they look at her tests, and so yeah, she's doing really, really well. And besides her steroids, which usually make her pretty grumpy, everything else you wouldn't know that she was taking chemotherapy every day. Emersyn craves the craziest foods when she's on steroids. She went through one phase where she'd carry a pickle around with her everywhere. The same pickle for days. We couldn't even get it out of her hand.
She didn't eat it, she just carried this pickle
And then
around
one day, like after she'd had it, all of a sudden she just takes a bite out of it, and we're like, oh, now you're gonna eat the pickle. Her doctors really knew her as the little girl that would come in with a pickle for about 2 weeks.
I think the thing that really helps us get over obstacles is just that myself and Desirae make sure that we are on the same page. We communicate very well, and if we're not communicating well, I think we're good at just kind of pointing that out and helping one another to be better with it. But we do kind of make sure that we are on the same page with things, and that way we just know that we have each other's support.
Our family is a huge priority, and we have a lot of faith, and that just keeps us going through the challenges as well. And as a family, we're really optimistic and really forward thinkers, and so I think that when we do have challenges or days that are more challenging, that really drives us through them.